What's up, guys? Jerry coming at you live and direct. I'm cruising right now. Whoa, I'm on my way to Aaron's place. We're gonna get dank. We're gonna talk. Hold on. Alright, cool. So we're gonna talk about some cinema tonight. We're gonna talk about the Slender. You guys can see. We're gonna talk about the Slender Man. Cause we just watched that movie. Always watching. That's right. The Slender Man motion picture. Coming out of the YouTube arena into the cinema, and you know, there's some stuff to grab on there. You know, it's an interesting little flick, and we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned. Rock and roll ham sandwiches. I feel very strange all of a sudden, but nothing a little talk cannot cure. So.
Wow. The great thing about the internet is that space-time doesn't fucking matter. See, for all you know, that was like a 10-hour break. It's tomorrow, but you're hearing this all truncated as one experience. You have no idea where we are. We might not even be in Burbank.
Yeah. We could be dead by now.
We could be dead.
We could be dead by now, but hey, you know what? At least we have experiences to bring us together.
Yeah.
Experiences like going to go see a spooky maze.
Spooky maze at Terrorween Spooky Days. Terrorween Spooky Days.
Terrorween Spooky Days, folks.
A place for everyone where children can spooky.
That's the official slogan of this fucking
This
place.
is the greatest. New attraction. Hey, sorry. This is many pages long.
Yeah,
and they don't have a great grip on
it's like a whole stack of these things.
Formatting.
Yeah.
So
the pages are numbered with like a big drawn number across most of the text.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird. New attraction.
New attraction.
Yeah.
Meats on Hook.
Meats on Hook.
Too many O's. Meats on Hook is also food court.
Is also the food court.
That's, hey man, that is enterprising.
There's like a photo that looks like it came from a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Like a side of beef on a hook.
Hey man.
On a rusty ass hook.
I mean, that's a really good... Why not? You know, if you can make something spooky and, you know, cost effective, it's like, hey, meats on hooks is a scary thing, but hey, you can also have someone who will cook it for you. I hope they cook it.
I mean, it's always weird because like we've gone to haunted different theme parks in the area where it's like, you know, you sit down, you have a burger, and it's like a scary monster walks by you, but you don't feel threatened because you're just like, well, he's not going to interrupt my meal.
Yeah, so like here...
It kind of breaks the illusion, but here it's like the food court is really creepy looking.
Yeah, well, and I mean, you know, making it so that you got to go into Creepsville and hack yourself off or have somebody hack off a piece of food for you.
Yeah.
You know? I really hope they cook this stuff.
Yeah, I don't want it to be raw.
Yeah.
Because beef sushi is not a thing that sounds appetizing at all.
Nah, dude, I have eaten... I will admit, hey, real talk, hashtag real talk, live on air. I have eaten raw ground beef before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. It was good. I wanted to eat it. Yeah. The person I was hanging with at the time, it was her jam. It was like a secret sort of predilection.
How do you? I mean, what do you do with raw?
Just ate it. Just ate a hunk of it.
You don't like mix it with anything? You don't like put salt in it or season it?
I'm sure it would be just as good that way.
Because I mean, you know, it's like you have like tuna poke, where it's like raw fish that's mixed with a sauce. What?
Sushi's like the greatest thing.
I love sushi.
Any kind of raw fish deal is the jam. Why can't we get a sushi spot? I mean, not that I don't love our friends at Terrorween.
Maybe one of the meats on Hook is just like a big like half an albacore.
I really hope that would be all. Hey, if they have you know pescatarian or even you know vegetarian options, You know, I love
I feel like Meats on Hook does not have a vegetarian option for whatever reason.
You never know. I mean, I don't know where this is from exactly, but if there's enough demand, you know, I imagine they have to meet it.
So
yeah, Terribly Spooky. I really hope they keep sending us these.
Yeah,
I really hope they do.
Do we want better spelling or worse spelling? Because worse spelling would make things a little interesting.
Have you ever read Carrot Facts?
Yes.
There is nothing bad spelling cannot do. Hey, shout out on Twitter.
To Carrot Facts.
If y'all use a Twitter, just go search up @RealCarrotFacts. I found this shit on the internet. I don't know how. Maybe it was like through a retweet or something. But I went to Real Carrot Facts. In fact, I'm going to follow this on the dank-ass Twitter right now. It is one in a series of these like really silly Twitters that are like supposed to be kind of one thing, but then they sneak these weird little storylines.
Like so Coffee Dad.
Yeah, it's like Coffee Dad's always tweeting like just little things that say coffee or time for some coffee, brewing a fresh product coffee, and then randomly it'll be like my sweet angel who left us all these years ago. Please don't drink and drive. Like it'll have these weird, really dark, kind of sad storylines, and Carrot Facts is one of those where it's just a dude who tweets these silly, not actually real facts about carrots, and then randomly pines for his ex-girlfriend and laments the fact that he can't connect with his dad and his dad thinks he's gay. 51615, this is from a couple weeks ago. Most carrots like Ace Vituta Pet Detector because it stars Jim Carrot. Alrighty now. It's just,
I hope Terribly Spooky Days is not pranking us and this is actually just like a fake not haunt. They didn't even say where it's hosted or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I imagine we'll get more details come October.
Yeah.
Most carrots have the crunch. I looked at Megan's Facebook page before bed last night, and it made me feel not good. Carrot is spelled with a C, but it sounds like a K. I don't want to die alone.
Speaking of haunts, kind of like starting to roll too early. Alone is like starting its new phase in July.
Yeah, June.
June?
End of the month, yo.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah.
That's soon. Jesus.
Yeah, get on it.
So anyone in the LA area looking to get spooked out of their mind in a very philosophical and kind of ambient way, check out Alone.
I love Alone. I mean, Alone was my favorite haunt from last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, because like extreme haunts have become a big thing now. You know, it seems like the normal theme park stuff, while fun, you know, and the sort of carnival style approach to haunts, you know, is still very popular. But now people want more. People want, you know, to sign some paper so they can actually be accosted. Like there's become a cottage industry formed around all the shit you can't do at a theme park anymore. It's like, what do they take out of that park? They can't touch you. Well, we're going to do that though, and just make everybody sign stuff. But Alone occupies this really cool space. They're an LA haunt, and I think it was made by like these art students, so it has this slightly more intellectual sort of ethereal aesthetic going on, you know. And it's got these. It has like a sort of social media presence where it has this sort of strange,
kind of new agey
voice. And it's always very conceptual. And the show they did last October was very cool and almost beautiful in a way. Like it was creepy and scary, but also like unsettling and weird. It was kind of like a David Lynch movie. But it was, you know, you go through it alone, and there are all sorts of different scenarios. And what I liked about them is that it's not always like, all right, now we're going to yell at you and spit on you, and okay, come into this room, we're going to dunk your head in water. Yeah. Like, they got actually very creative with the approach to how they were going to creep you out. And it is sort of as they put it. They are really succinct in their descriptions of themselves because, you know, it was just an exploration of fear and loneliness. And it was very relaxed afterwards.
And we did an earlier Vintage Dank episode about like a scavenger hunt that they did in between.
Vintage Dank, it's a good year.
Yeah. No, it's
Vintage
an earlier,
2012.
It's an earlier Dank episode that was out on the now, you know, kind of closed for now SoundCloud, and we'll find a way to reboot some of those old episodes so you guys can hear commentary on a few other things.
Yeah, it still exists. It's still up. It's just we got to sort out the financials. Maybe pick up some more sponsors because I think YouTube is actually kind of a cool place to put these, but I would like to also have a SoundCloud component. In case I don't know if. God forbid. I mean, because we've got,
God forbid.
We picked up some haters, man, but I hate that word. We picked up some negative feedback. However, so I don't want to be smug in asserting this. But, if people want to download episodes, take us with them in the car if they like us enough. I would like for that to be a thing.
Be an option.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord knows, Premium Dong saying.
Premium Dong saying?
She's got to, find a way to work in her dank doses.
Hey, Premium Dong saying, man, shout out. See, there are a lot of shout outs on this channel, and I feel like a dick because I'm like, you gotta earn a shout out, you can't just have everybody grabbing at him, right? Premium Dong saying has distinguished herself on the comments board. Very happy about that. Also, shout out to Yusuf Ashraf.
Oh, yeah.
Always watching, always talking at us, always giving some feedback.
Yeah.
Very happy to see you on the boards. And who's that one guy? Wait, where is he? Where is he? Shout out to... Come on. I'm surfing the internet right. Shout out to the people who are like, what is this shit?
Yeah. Who are just, confused.
Who don't read the descriptions. And I don't know. I don't remember where the comment was, but shout out to that guy who hates us.
Yeah, Achilles Cooper. Or
yeah, where is he? I want to say...
Acrylic Cooper.
Oh yeah, this guy's always commenting.
Yeah,
Achilles or Achilles Cooper. Shout out to you.
That's not how you spell Achilles at all.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to quite pronounce this, but thank you for commenting on all of our videos with some form of either perplexity or just negative feedback. I mean, because
angry and confused.
Yeah, I don't know. As of yet, it's not really that bothersome, which is nice, And I mean, I do understand these are kind of rough around the edges. We're figuring out our jam and our slide and how these will change over time.
No, they won't.
Maybe not. Yeah, they'll just always
Actually, we're just going to be recycling the same 3 topics every episode. The next one is going to be about Ex Machina.
It's going to be Ex Machina again.
Yeah.
We're just always going to do that cycle. Ex Machina, Fury Road, and then Marble Hornets.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll switch the order up just to really confuse people.
Yeah. On April Fool's Day, we will release a Fury Road episode instead of a Marble Hornets one.
Yeah. The funny thing is we get so many direct messages on this Twitter.
Yeah.
And I don't... The official Dankast Dubs Twitter.
Sliding into those DMs, bro.
Yeah, sliding into the DMs. So, so Mad Max Fury Road. Great.
Yeah.
It's
sad. It's I wish there was more to talk about with Always Watching, but it feels like everything is just kind of going to be yeah, it was interesting what they did with the characters, and, it's what they did with, the property and the horror stuff for Marble Hornets. It feels like they kind of just stripped that away and distilled it. One thing that was weird was, they make a big deal of the operator can only be seen through a camera.
Yeah.
Whereas in the original web series, you get the sense that you can just kind of see the operator at any time, and it's you don't want to see him. And part of it's you can see him at any time, but it's if you're trying to capture him on a camera, it will bug out on you.
Yeah.
And the camera bugging out is an indication that he's close, but you haven't quite caught him yet.
Sorry, side note. We just got a comment on another video during this recording.
Nice.
From Premium Dong Saying.
Premium Dong Saying!
Premium Dong Saying! I'm going to wear a Premium Dong Saying t-shirt in the next recording.
Get a t-shirt printed out of that J-pop star that is her avatar.
Hell yeah.
I forgot her name. I think she's actually K-pop. I'm sorry.
You fucking racist.
I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
I hate you.
I'm leaving.
Get the fuck out. So Halloween Spooky Days. I don't know. This podcast... Oh, he's back. All right.
I went into the apology hole.
Did you think about what you did?
Yeah.
Well done.
I had a long think. It's lengthy in length.
Did you? That's not a bathroom. You didn't go to the bathroom, did you?
No, I went to the apology hole.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, a bathroom would be a pretty good apology hole.
This wasn't the bathroom.
All right.
I don't do that.
Well done. I mean, I would love to know your secret. Because, I mean, pooping is just a sort of unfortunate fact of life. You know, it's like everyone's...
Like someone asked, what the fuck is shit on one video?
What the fuck is shit? Well, you know, it's a byproduct of digestion, you know, and your body taking nutrients and then sort of expelling what it doesn't need. But yeah, no, it's like there's a whole... this sort of recurrent... the roundabout discussion about, like, the whole girls don't poop thing. And I was like, you know what? It's not about that for me. I don't want to hear about anybody pooping. Because to me, pooping is an unfortunate fact of life we all have to deal with. Poop is never glamorous or pretty or cool. It's like a sort of prone and kind of icky thing we all have to deal with. So I don't want to know about anyone's poop.
It's always weird to me when someone tries to make, like, a reverse sexism argument about something kind of, like, that's not good on either end. It's like, oh, you know, it's like, you know, why is there this whole myth about girls don't poop? I'm like, why are you so invested in hearing about anybody shitting?
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to...
Or like the whole thing of like, oh, why can you hit a guy but you can't hit a girl? It's like, well, you shouldn't be hitting anybody.
You shouldn't hit anyone.
You shouldn't be punching people.
And I mean, maybe we should all focus on perhaps not hitting it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to hit anybody.
Yeah, it's like...
I don't want to hear about you shitting... It's like, it makes everything unattractive.
I kind of feel like if there's a situation where it's appropriate to punch anybody, like, it's appropriate to punch them regardless of gender. Like, if someone is a serious, credible physical threat to you, I think, like, hitting back is like, well, you got to.
Yeah.
If you're in a self-defense class and you got to spar with a partner, it's like, you kind of have to punch them.
That's that weird, like, good-natured sexism where it's like, well, I don't hit girls. But at the same time, like...
Well, someone's going to hit them, and they're paying to be in a self-defense class. So
yeah, it's like... People are just people at a certain point. If someone is assailing you...
Yeah.
You can retaliate.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about... Because then it's about the situation, like, you know? It's about preservation.
Like, I took Krav classes for a little bit, and it's like, none of the women that I ended up occasionally getting paired with, like, had an issue of, like... They want to ask, like, no, just... hit me the way you would hit anybody, because it's like, I'm here to learn how to defend myself, and
yeah,
I'm not, if you're like going easy on me, then that's not helping me.
Yeah. Same with poop.
Yeah.
Same with poop. Just don't talk about your poop. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about anyone shitting.
I don't want to see an Instagram of your shit.
I don't go out of my way. I don't extol lengthy tomes, you know, dedicated to my poop exploits.
I just don't get the people that are like proud of like taking a really big shit. I just like...
I mean, not to say that in the sanctity of your own lavatory you can't be like, man, I can't believe that passed through my system, but like, that's between you and your God. Like, like, behold what is in your toilet and maybe make a comment if it's worth it to be like, wow, that's a surprising appearance.
Yeah.
And don't let me know about, like, just as a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody like shit on the, like in high school, somebody shit on the staircase. Like, that was worth hearing about because it's so outlandish. It's like, why is there a log just on the stairs to the second floor?
Jesus.
Like, why? You know, or if somebody, like, there was shit on the ceiling one day. Like, that's extraordinary. Like, okay, maybe that's whimsical to me.
Yeah.
But, you know...
It's like, how does that happen?
If you just left a righteous deuce behind and didn't flush, like, I don't want to know. Just
it's also like, if you didn't flush, fuck you.
Yeah. I really wish I want, if I ever did stand up, I want to find a way to tell like really sophisticated poop jokes. Like,
go ahead and try.
Like, you know, just Bill Hicks, George Carlin ass poop jokes.
Oh, go! You're a braver man than I for wanting to attempt that. I would not attempt that.
I'm not a very good stand-up. I am not a very good stand-up at all. I feel like I could maybe get there with a lot of focus, but I'm much more an improv mind.
I feel like I could do stand-up. I just couldn't handle stand-up culture.
I believe that, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can carve out your own shit, man.
Yeah.
Get on that open mic.
Yeah.
So yeah, wait, let's trace back. Poop. Marble Hornets.
Marble Hornets.
That's the thing about the back to topic. And that's the thing about the Marble Hornets movies. Like, for a found footage movie, it's pretty cool. Like, it's neat. It's like this is like the stuff I like about it. I really like, and it's like better than I thought. I expected to enjoy it, but
it's better than I thought, but not in the department that I was expecting anything in. You know?
Just in technical execution more than mythos or interestingness. And that's it's like a weird, like it's not a bummer because I liked it. I feel goodwill towards the movie, but at the same time it is kind of a bummer because it's like, stepping up into feature-length territory, and it sort of pares down the mythology and kind of narrows it.
Yeah.
And then going back to the whole thing about like it can only be seen on camera, again, I like that sort of disconcerting element that the web series had, where it's like, you can see him. It seems like they could actually see the Slender Man, but also it's like sometimes he'll show up just on the camera, sometimes he's in the room. It's that further distortion of what reality is once he starts appearing to you.
And it's also like there was that thing in the web series of like, you would see something on a videotape that you don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, usually, it seems like in the movie, if that ever comes up, it's usually like, I don't remember this, but it's on tape. And then it's all very close to the ground. And it's like, I get it. Like, any lapse in space-time is always kind of explainable. Whereas in Marble Hornets, there's always sort of a...
Yeah. And
it subverts, because found footage, is a problematic genre, and a lot of people hate found footage. I don't. I mean, we could do a whole episode about found footage.
I feel like, I'm not upset at it being a found footage movie, because, the original...
Well, Marble Hornets is found footage.
Marble Hornets is found footage, the web series is found footage. The thing about the Slender Man that makes it creepy was, it was originally built as a found footage kind of thing, where it's the Slender Man was born in a thread where it's like, hey, let's, take our Photoshop skills and let's make, fake archival, spooky, paranormal images.
Yeah. And
out of that idea was born the Slender Man. So it's what made it creepy, what makes the Slender Man creepy is he seems so much older than you. He seems like something that was in your life before you could remember.
Yeah.
And so that gives it a kind of a creepy power over you.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying?
Meat's on hook, man.
Meat's on hook?
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it comes away, and that's sort of something the HD does, too, is, it comes away from that lo-fi-ness, because, it's born of a lo-fi thing, and so if you're going to do it now, I feel like it still kind of behooves you to have that sort of an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Aesthetic quality, but who knows? I mean, maybe this isn't the last we've seen.
Of a Marble Hornets movie?
Of a Marble Hornets movie.
I mean, I feel like there's more that can be done with this property, and this isn't the fullest that you could do with a Marble Hornets movie.
Yeah, it's an okay, it's a pretty good, it's an alright movie.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, and it's, neat to have the Slender Man around.
Yeah.
But it's just not disconcerting and strange and mind-bendy.
Yeah.
It's
I can see why this was a VOD title.
Yeah, and it works well there.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like watching it in your living room sets you up to be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
You can have that sort of this is neat.
Yeah.
This kind of played out for me, not maybe in an even more mellow way. Because when I reviewed Unfriended, I felt pretty positively towards that movie in a very sort of mellow way, but it was like, oh, you love that movie so much. It's like, no, it just did a lot of things right, and I appreciated it. I don't love it, but I'm like, I feel kind of similar about this. I'm like, oh yeah, neat. Good job. There's some clever stuff here, some really well done stuff over there. You don't have to get out there and watch it this minute, but it's pretty good. I feel benevolent towards it.
I would say, I mean, if you have the time to burn, I would say go through the Marble Hornets web series.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because, I mean, that, it's it's more, don't expect, the most cohesive, super involving story, but the creep factor and the fear factor is, I think, a lot stronger in the web series than it is in the movie.
Well, and then, I mean, that goes to the medium again, too, because it's, you know, it's not a vlog, but it's just a guy sort of chronicling this thing he's doing with little web entries. So we don't need extraneous story about, like, what's his family life like? Yeah. It's just supposed to be a guy posting these things to his YouTube page, so you can... It's just not required. Whereas a movie, I guess you kind of have to, you know, have something going on.
Yeah.
Like that. And there, you know, it's hard to do, especially in found footage. Like, any character stuff is always hard to do in a found footage film, you know, because you got to find a way to get it out in any sort of a natural way.
And in very compressed time.
That's what I liked a lot about
Well, not compressed time, but it's like, you know, found footage movies, they take place in a form of real time. So it's like, how do you get those moments out?
You know, just force it.
And, you know, as far as the you know, as far as the mythology is portrayed in the movie, it almost feels like we see a lot of the characters just trying to guess at the ghost rules for the operator.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, rather setting up what it does really early and you know, what it's about really early, it's just kind of like you see Milo and Charlie and Sarah just kind of sitting around, like, thinking, is this what it does? It makes you go crazy, or it makes you kill each other, or it makes this happen, makes that happen. It's all a lot of supposition, and it's almost like for instance, you know, they have the whole thing of, like, oh, you can only see it in the camera. What if we all just turn the cameras off?
That was a cool moment, man. I just as a conceptual thing, like, I like that idea.
To me, it just kind of felt, I don't know, to me it felt, I don't want to say cheap, it just didn't quite strike me the right way, where it's like, oh, yeah, you know, it's like, let's turn off the cameras and maybe see it'll stop hunting us. And then they turn off the cameras, and then they turn the cameras back on, and it's like, it still fucks shit up somehow. They just weren't around to see it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think it... It handles it okay. I don't think it handles it great, but I just did like the acknowledgement of, like, hey, we've been obsessing, we've been recording it. What if that's exactly what it wants from us? What if we stop? And my movie, if I made this movie, I would have handled it a bit differently.
Yeah.
But,
because, I mean, it's a cool idea to have it, you know, have the people shooting the found footage movie just think, what if we stop recording and actually stop recording? But to me, it almost felt like you're setting up the rules of it only shows up in the camera, and then you're just kind of saying, fuck you, when people address that fact, and just kind of like rewriting the rules of this thing on the fly. And not in a kind of an intelligent way, necessarily.
Yeah. No, I get you. What I think really should have happened is they cut the camera off, a few minutes of black, and then just superimpose titles that just say, like, oh, you know, they turn the cameras off and lived happily ever after and solve the problem.
Movie ends at the 45-minute mark.
Lesson is, just don't record yourself.
Yeah, just chill with the self-filming all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a neat thing to attempt. Like I said, I don't think that's not how I would have executed that idea, but I liked going into it.
Yeah.
And the sort of subsequent, like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then coming back out of it isn't as satisfying. But because then it just kind of becomes more of the same. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's just like, well, that
didn't work.
Here's this idea. This idea didn't work. Yeah. Let's keep going. Like,
it's like there was never like any big broad change outside of, you know, well, dog dies.
Oh, that's right.
Which was sad. You know, it's like, yeah, it's a little gut.
Of all the movies to kill the dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little like, you know, gut-rending, you know, gut-twisting kind of like a little emotional beat, but it doesn't like change anything with the characters really outside of, you know, they're a little more sad and morose and defeated feeling.
Man, nobody likes when dogs die.
Oh, nobody likes it except for, I don't know, some kind of dog killer.
Cat people.
What?
Cat people.
I don't think even cat people like it when dogs die.
Well, because if you're a cat person, you're an animal person. So
yeah, if you're a cat person, you like animals.
No.
To some extent.
I have a very hard time imagining anybody who's like, I only like cats, fuck all the rest.
Fuck every other animal.
You want a horse? Fuck that horse. I hope it dies. No, yeah. That seems like a very outlandish thing. Yeah.
So.
It's It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got some charm. It's got some good elements. It's got some. Meh.
No. Yeah, it's like mildly good.
Yeah. It's
neat.
Yeah, it's not picante good. It's got some charm. It's got some laudable qualities, but I don't know, man. It's like it's like if the original web series was like that plucky kind of like renegade film student that was just doing whacked out stuff in class that was like really unique and rough around the edges. This is, oh hey, he got a studio job and he's not really doing anything super creative, but it's good that he's pulling in some extra dough, and I hope he gets back to doing big creative stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just up to the kids that initially created Marble Hornets to kind of see what other properties or what other projects they're going to launch into from here.
Are they going, like, is this their main?
Like they have a kind of a YouTube thing going on that I haven't checked out a whole lot yet. Okay. Just under the Troy Has a Camera THAC banner, and I mean they got to be doing okay financially to some extent because like Troy Wagner is a dad now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, and he's a youngish dude, I think.
Yeah.
He's a
and I mean, I gotta imagine they got partnered or something.
Yeah,
I gotta imagine they've seen some money off of the episode.
Oh yeah, they're I think they were YouTube partnered with the Marble Hornets episodes, and I think they have a story credit on this movie. So, and this movie was, for a feature film, it was made on a tight budget, and it has to have, made some stuff back over VOD.
Their entire budget went to Doug Jones.
Their entire budget was Doug Jones's day rate.
It's just Doug Jones, and like even the camera rentals are just all the shit they're using like on screen.
Yeah,
so
it's all shot in like DSLRs and stuff. Mm-hmm. God. And maybe that's part of why found footage is so why found footage is so popular as a genre, because it's, camera rentals are suddenly a lot cheaper because you're using prosumer grade cameras instead of, a high-end thing.
Yeah, or you can just, get some people together, or even, a $3,000 camera can produce not a great image, but a good enough image for that. It's like the amount of these things that are probably shot on 5Ds. It's like pull together $3,000, and there you go. Now you can make 1 million of these, or you can rent it out to your friends. There are a million ways to make a found footage movie on a shoestring or on the fly, and that is a gift and a curse because so many of them come out that clearly are more made in service of the means than any actual story that needs to be found footage. But there are a few that slip up where it's like, yes, like you really... Like, that is what I appreciated about Unfriended, was I was like, okay, yeah, I get why this movie was on, Skype and on computers. Like, it makes sense.
Because that's what the story is about.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, well, what's cheap? Well, we could do it on Skype. Yeah, why not? Like, it actually had a reason to do that, and that... If
Unfriended was made on a tighter budget, they would have to have used, like, MSN Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
They would have had to just go back a decade.
It's on a really, really shoestring budget. It's just old AIM, and you're just reading a conversation the whole movie. It's like subtitles of the movie.
God, just your eyes being pierced by that white background.
Oh, no. But yeah, so that's... there's a reason there are a million lackluster found footage movies all over the internet, because anybody can make one, and that sort of separates, that's like a proving ground. It's like, if you can make one of these halfway decent, you've got something.
Yeah.
Because I've worked on some found footage that wasn't so successful with that. It's, yeah. So it takes a lot more than just like, well, we've got a space and a camera, let's make a movie. Like, you really gotta... Found footage is almost harder in a lot of ways, because there are things to justify. There are logistics, in terms of like where and how you would point a camera and what people do under stress.
Yeah, and you gotta keep up the illusion way more.
Like, that's what bugged me about, like, there are good things about As Above, So Below, but like at a certain point, I swear somebody picked up the camera and just pointed it at their face while they're screaming and running from something. And I was like, I I don't get. You just wouldn't do that, like, and then you get pulled out of it, you know. So it's hard. It's a hard thing, and it's like that was a movie where you could really feel the script because the guy he's on Mad Men. He plays Ginsberg, who I love, and he's on Silicon Valley. But he's in As Above, So Below, and his character spends. There's one scene where they're like, we're going into this catacomb, and he's like, no, I'm not going down there, as he's walking toward the hole in the ground to get in. And he's like, no, I'm not going in there, as he's strolling up. And then he's climbing down, and he's like, no way, you're not getting me down there, as he's lowering himself into the thing. And it's like, clearly the script needs you to, and they're trying to make you seem like a person because you don't want to go. But this is not a convincing moment at all. And it's like it's like that's a very scripty like moment where someone's like, "Oh, no, I'm not doing that." Cut to them doing it. Except this didn't even cut to him doing it. He was doing it while he said he wasn't going to do it. That's just bizarre. Yeah, so it was like that just feels like that's something that belongs in a comedy. Yeah, it was kind of a silly moment, and that's a really intermittent movie because like the character-y stuff, a lot of it anyway, is kind of weird and thin, and like because the movie needs to have it there, and then the scary stuff is really spooky. Like, so like the Dowdle brothers clearly know how to make, you know, chills and scares and stuff like that. But you know, I'm interested to see. I mean, because found footage is kind of its own genre. I'm interested to see if like there will be any other further film projects based around the Slender Man, because you know, Marble Hornets is its own thing. You know, the Slender Man isn't even called the Slender Man Marble Horse. He's the operator. So I'm wondering if the Slender Man will become a film property because the rights owners are Eric Knudsen, who's Victor Surge, who kind of created the character and signed off on Marble Horns and signed off on the Marble Horns movie. And then there's some weird other rights holder that no one knows about who has never been named and is not public knowledge. It's the dude who became the Slender Man. It's the actual Slender Man and his life rights. Yeah. But no, there's some mysterious, unknown extra rights holder that is yet not public knowledge who... To find him. Yeah, it's like, who is this person that owns the partial rights to the Slender Man somehow by some weird back alley way? We should do some kind of really weird, like, you know, kind of slice of life documentary called Searching for Slender Man. It's just us going out on the road, just two guys on a road trip, like the car is always filled with like food wrappers and soda. We're just like, we're driving across the country looking for this guy, you know. We started with Eric Newts, we talked to him, now he's sending us to Delaware to meet the next person. And then at the end, we don't actually find anything, but we did grow a lot and learn some things about life. We find like this shack where no one lives that's like the best lead we're ever going to get. Yeah. It's like, at the end of the day, he's still, you know, pretty much an enigma, you know. He touched a lot of lives along the way, but his story is really told in the people he left behind. And we along the way, we interview people around the country who have been involved in the Slender Man in some way. Like, you know, we get to Troy Wagner and Joseph Delage, and then we get to, people that are people that were involved in, like, the actual, like, children killings that were somehow connected to it. And I'm wondering if maybe that's part of what's keeping on more Slender Man properties out there, because I know the Slender Man has kind of been referenced in other ways in TV a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if like what's keeping people from getting into making more Slender Man properties is the fact that, you know, just with him being an internet meme, there's been, you know, violence connected to the myth. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, the internet is a tenuous place to get anything. Yeah. But it's crossed over into, like, video games and stuff, too. I mean, there's a lot of indie games that are based around the Slender Man. I just know about Slender. Yeah, which was, like, an indie game made by some people. Oh, okay. Because, I mean, a lot of people are talking about it. Like, it had a reach, it seemed like. So. And I think a big part of the reach of Slender was because it was a horror game that was kind of cheap and quick and easy, so it's like it was popular among the YouTubers set. Oh, okay. Did you ever play it? No. Oh, okay. But I'm curious. I imagine it's kind of like, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, where it's like, you know, people play this video game to film themselves screaming. Yeah. And put them on the internet. I mean, it did make me want to try it out. Yeah. It did make me want to try it. Yeah. I'm curious, aren't they on like part 4 now? Like, how do you keep amping that game up?
Five Nights or Slender?
Five Nights. I think Slender only has 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the new version of Five Nights, like, there's super spooky nightmare versions of all the characters.
What?
Yeah. Now, that's a racket the Real Rejects need to get into, playing spooky video games on camera.
I think Ryan is already working on something like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I own the rights to that idea, though,
well,
as far as I'm concerned.
Get Ryan on the horn, because, hey, he could do it and then come on the show and talk about it. He was just saying the other day he would love to come on the show. So.
Oh, really?
You know, picking up a Rolodex of guest spots. We gotta start figuring that shit out.
Yeah, we gotta start asking who wants to come to Dank Studios.
I know at least one guy would be a good guy on the show. Yeah, you've met him before, but y'all haven't, so we're gonna keep it a secret. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to look up this game.
Slender,
yeah, Slender game. Slender, the 8 pages. I have a really.
What's Slender 2? The 9th page?
I don't know. I just have not an issue that this page has some issues.
Yeah,
I have.
This page has some issues.
I have. Oh damn! I can't play it. It's only on Microsoft. Oh no, it's on OS 10. Alright, cool. I have something of an issue these days with subtitles.
Yeah.
Just because, like, nowadays everything has a subtitle, or lots of things have subtitles.
Hey, always watching : a Marble Hornets story.
Yeah, it's like those things kind of bother me. And like when they remade The Thing, part of me was like, well, you're just calling it The Thing, but at the same time, it's like they had a couple subtitles. One was
The
like The Thing, The Beginning, or The Thing,
Sub-Zero,
Awakening, or something like that. And
The Thing, Revengeance.
Yeah, and like just something about like however we approach those kinds of titles today bothers me. It was going to be The Thing, The Beginning, or The Thing Awakens. And there's something just that bothers me about those titles now.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I would rather things just be called, just call it Slender.
Yeah.
Slender 2. Until we get this shit figured out. I mean, the 8 pages ain't bad, but...
Yeah. And, you know, it's like with, for instance, Mad Max is a franchise that's all about, like, a different adventure every movie. So, you know, having it be Mad Max, The Road Warrior, Beyond Thunderdome, Fury Road, you kind of understand that.
Yeah, well, and those work. You know, it's like... The Road Warrior, like that, alright, because that's another title. Like, it works. Or, you know, Beyond Thunderdome could be a thing on its own. Yeah. Fury Road could be a thing on its own. Yeah. You know, there was something about, like, you know, it's like Exodus, Gods and Kings. I was like,
yeah.
You
couldn't have just called that Exodus?
Yeah, and I really wish I could figure out what it is that bugs me so much about those, but it's just something bugs me about a lot of these subtitles now.
It feels awkward to me that Always Watching became Always Watching : a Marble Hornets story.
Well, that was just, I am almost certain that was just to, you know, in case there was any... If you can't overlook it now. If you're, it's like, oh, the people who are into Marble Hornets will find this if we put that in the title. Yeah. Versus if we just slip out our VOD thing called Always Watching, nobody might see it.
And then it's also like, if it's just called, if you just title it Marble Hornets because it's, you know, the movie version of that franchise, it's like, because it's a side story, it's not based on the main story of Marble Hornets, it becomes very, like, you know, where's the connection? Because Marble Hornets, the web series, was about some guy tracking down the footage of Marble Hornets, the in-universe student film that got canned. So you can't really call this Marble Hornets because there's nothing in the movie connected to Marble Hornets outside of it being in that broader universe.
Yeah, one, it also, you know, it saves you the time. If you don't call it a Marble Hornets story, people don't pick up on the Easter eggs. People might be like, this is a ripoff of Marble Hornets. Yeah. And that saves you from that argument. So I get it. Like, I get a Marble Hornets story.
And I mean, as far as Easter eggs, outside of, like, you know, the thematic connection and the little, like, operator rules that pop in here and there, the only real Easter egg was, like, they go to a gas station in Alabama and there's a missing persons poster for Alex Crowley, who's the... You know,
who's selling beef jerky now.
What?
There's an ad for Alex Crowley beef jerky.
There's a joke. Yeah, on the gas one, there's a missing persons ad for Alex Crowley, who is, like, you know, the Joseph DeLodge character who went missing in, you know, in the web series, who was the guy making the student film. So,
dude.
What?
Charlie is the star of the Limitless TV show.
What is the deal with the Limitless TV show?
I know next to nothing about the Limitless TV show.
Me either.
But he's been in some shit. He was Biggles in American Sniper.
Who the fuck is Biggles in American Sniper?
Charlie.
Charlie the fuckboy?
Yeah, Charlie the fuckboy. He was in Live Free or Die Hard.
Which did he do?
He probably died hard. I'm gonna guess.
So hard.
Oh, dude. The first time, I will tell you, the first time I saw Die Hard. Die Hard's rad. The first time I saw Die Hard was at a Die Hard marathon with Matthew. And that was kind of a bummer marathon in hindsight. I mean, it was a cool bonding experience. Like, he and I hung out for 20 hours watching John McClane movies. But
there's 20 hours of John McClane movies?
Well, we were there, not 20 hours, what am I saying, 12-ish hours.
Okay.
You know, because there were breaks in between.
Yeah.
So by the time, you know, if you 5 2-hour movies, it's like 10 hours. And, we were there for a long time. And that is a marathon that really deteriorates. like, you get Die Hard, which is fucking awesome. Like, Die Hard, like, I really, really enjoyed Die Hard. Like, it's a really well-made action movie. Die Hard 2, it's alright. Like, it's perhaps, you know, a bit bloated and a bit campier, but it's still pretty cool, and John McClane's still John McClane. Part 3 is actually, I dug Part 3 with him and Sam Jackson and stuff like that. And then Part 4 rolls around, and Part 4 is like, it's kind of fun, but he's just Bruce Willis now.
Yeah.
And it's like that moment where John McClane faces off against a fighter jet. You know you've crossed over, and this guy's not a human anymore. You know, and then Die Hard 5 is just a bummer. like Die Hard, whatever that one was called, I forget what the subtitle or the new title was, but Die Hard 5 was such a bummer. Like,
wait, Die Hard 5?
Yeah, whatever the 5th one was.
Live Free or Die Hard?
No, Live Free, not free. Live Free or Die Hard was the 4th one because it had Timothy Olyphant.
Oh, okay.
And that was the one that was PG-13.
Oh, that's right. There have been 2 new Die Hards in like the past few years, haven't there been?
Yeah, and there was that whole thing of like, oh yeah, they're going back to the R-rated Die Hard, and then it was not a good thing.
Oh, Lord.
Where is it? A Good Day to Die Hard.
That's right.
With Jai Courtney, who Hollywood really wants us to love. Like Jai Courtney is in every action movie now.
Wait, which is more recent, A Good Day or Live Free? Or
A Good Day. A Good Day was the last one.
How many years are between the two of them? Because they just ran together in my mind.
No, there was some time. Let me see. Let me look. 2013 for A Good Day to Die Hard. And, oh yeah, that's right. He was in a Gorillaz video. And Live Free or Die Hard was 2007.
Which one was in Russia?
That was A Good Day to Die Hard. That was number 5. That was the one that came out in 2013.
Oh my god.
Where, like, ain't nobody giving a fuck that whole movie.
Ugh.
It's like, there is a scene where a helicopter is firing a machine gun into the side of a building.
And a car crashes into it?
Yeah. And you don't even hear so much as sirens until they are they're out of that situation and well on their way to the next play. It's like, the Russian police don't seem to give a fuck that, like, massive destruction is happening all over their city. John McClane is just an asshole who doesn't care about massive damage. Like, people are clearly dying as fuck in Russia, but, like...
But speaking of death...
Speaking of death, yeah.
You know where you can go to see some, like, really death-ass shit is at the...
so many of them?
There's so many pages.
Are we supposed to read them all?
This is a book. We're going to have to go over, like, multiple episodes. It's like, if you want to see some more dying-ass shit, you can go to the terrifying haunts of Terrorween Spooky Days.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. It's some ominous shit right there.
Like, that was on a cassette that was sent in with all the pages.
Oh, bless these people. Okay, so...
Do you want to know what it says on the cassette? It says, like, play this when doing the talking. It was like a weird sentence that made no sense like that.
Maybe we should play this the whole show, because all we do is talkings.
We are always... I assumed it was, like, talkings regarding Halloween Spooky Days with just all these pages and pages of copy.
Yeah, hey, whoever they
this
must
was printed
really
on graph paper, by the way.
I just really want to see the inner workings of the headquarters, wherever they may be.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halloween Spooky Days introducing much new fun show. Much new fun show.
Uncle Janish insult comedy joke show.
Okay,
so it's like the insult theater that Chucky
I like his
used.
mustache.
Yeah, he's like this weird Ukrainian affable peasant-looking man with a big mustache and a giant hat.
Yeah, so if you're looking, I guess, for some equal opportunity offense,
it's kind of like the insult emporium that they had at Universal that one year with Chucky, right?
Yeah, or like the hanging show at Knott's Berry Farm. I guess
Yeah, let's see what.
Yeah, take that.
Go. Uncle Janish bring much laughs. He said, and there's a quote. It's of Uncle Janish's, I guess.
Oh God.
Go, hey there, sugar woman. Go you to push my cart. You eat too much bread. Uncle Janish make much laugh. He will cause a riot.
No, it sounds like. I mean, that sounds like some edgy, potentially misogynistic material.
Just calling someone a sugar woman and telling them to push his cart. Just a very agrarian type of...
I'm going to call everyone a sugar woman from now on.
Do you have a cart for them to push?
I'll get a cart, damn it.
Thank you to Uncle Janish.
Oh, man. More sponsorships, please.
Yeah, more... Do we want sponsorships that are more broken English or less more broken English?
The more off brands and broken Englishy, if we could get a sponsorship from Carrot Facts, I would just be I would pimp their shit nobody's
Is your business reliant on broken English and just really arcane, undecipherable instructions? Then please hit us up. dankasstubs@gmail.com and we can feature your business.
Yeah, if you have a business, that's what we'll do instead of shout-outs. We'll just plug businesses until someone gives us more money.
Bizarre businesses.
Yeah.
I want to know where Halloween Spooky Days is.
Yeah.
So I can go there on a weekday.
Go there on a Tuesday afternoon.
It's like, listen, I got to take a day off work so I can go to this weird Ukrainian spooky haunt.
I need some fresh meats.
On a hook. Hey, I gotta go through this spider.
I need to go check out, the spooky maze that's a spider, whatever that means.
Is it shaped like a spider? Is it spider themed? Is it?
I think there's just probably a maze, and it's probably there's a spider inside, but you don't know where. It's
it's probably just like a reptile house, but just one spider in one tank.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like a one of those special tents where there's a carnival attraction. It's come in and see our spider. We got this crazy ass spider.
So thank you, Halloween Spooky Days.
Thank you, Halloween Spooky Days,
for sponsoring us. They didn't give us any money, by the way. They just sent us an email saying we are sponsoring you.
Yeah, I mean they didn't send us money, but I feel like they took the time to make us a cassette and to print this shit out. And
they emailed us the copy. They mailed us the email printed out with a cassette.
So it's they took the effort. Why not?
Yeah.
Which is weird. I'm kind of concerned as to how they sent it here because we don't have a P.O. box. But
yeah, there was no return address on the thing. It was just on the doorstep.
Yeah. So, hey, why not?
Yeah. I assumed the mail guy brought it, but
maybe he works for that.
Yeah, maybe the mail guy. Maybe it's
maybe he saw the flag outside Dank-ass headquarters.
Yeah.
Stately Dank Manor. And was just these people need to spread the word. Yeah. So.
It's probably his Uncle Janish. The mailman is probably trying to rep his Uncle Janish's Halloween haunt that he has every year.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Ask him next time he comes.
I need to see what's that documentary about people that make at-home haunts?
Oh, American. Is it called American Nightmare?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe Halloween Spooky Days is featured in it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
We'll do another Haunts episode next time. Or some other
That's
time.
your homework for the viewers at home. It's like, watch American Nightmare. Please let us know what Terrorween Spooky Days is.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
Slender Man, cool.
always watching. Marble Hornets.
And
a story.
A story. Story in the Marble Hornets cinematic universe. Everybody's got a cinematic universe now.
Yeah. In the Marble Hornets cinematic universe, there's a missing kid in Alabama and a dead fuck boy in a very nice lodge somewhere.
That is company I would like to keep.
A dead fuck boy.
A missing Alabaman and a dead fuck boy.
It sounds like some Southern Gothic murder ballad. It's like, I was sitting by the fire with an Alabama missing boy and a dead fuck boy.
Either that or like some kind of a quirky, like, fun espionage movie where it's like, we cobbled together this ragtag team to
missing
go
Alabama
on a mission.
And dead fuck boy.
This was all we could pull together on a moment's notice. It'll have to do.
That's Red 3 right there.
Yeah, Red 3.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, it's been fun. Don't
we had some laughs. We learned a lot.
Don't watch any mysterious DV tapes while we're gone.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
And once again, I am not Jerry.
And I am not Aaron.
And we are definitely
not fuckboys.
We are not fuckboys.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I feel like you wouldn't know if you were a fuckboy.
Is it? Maybe it's like one of those things. Like if you wake up in a cold sweat and you just have this terror coursing through your body every night. Like that's your indication that you're a fuckboy.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like it just kind of haunts you at night.
Out of nowhere, you're wearing some kind of long, drapey, knee-length shirt.
Yes.
Where did this come from?
So that's the Black Twitter fuckboy.
Oh, okay.
Because there are multiple species of fuckboy.
I love everything. Nothing can exist for very long without having multiple subcategories.
Charlie in Marble Hornets, very much white fuckboy.
The white fuckboy, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I won't make the same mistake.
I want someone to make like a fuckboy chess set where it's like the white fuckboys are all like, Ivy League, pastel polo, board short, wearing a pea coat even in summer.
Hell yeah.
Like, wannabe Don Draper schmucks, and then like the black side of the fuckboy chess set is all like, dudes that are trying to be streetwear with the Pyrex shorts and the Supreme bandanas underneath a Supreme ball cap.
Don't you insult my madman. Don't you dare insult my madman.
I will never insult a madman.
I'm coming to the end of an era. I'm almost there and I can't take it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, maybe we can get a sponsorship from Fuckboys. Do they have an organization?
Is there like a Fuckboys United?
I feel like, if you subscribe to the theory that no, all press is good press, It's like we talk about fuckboys a lot on the show.
We've talked about fuckboys in a grand total of 2 episodes.
Yeah? Hey, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
We could go for 4.
Shouts out to all the fuckboys that give us such material.
Woo! And to the internet as well.
We love you.
We love you.
And once again, kids,
stay dank.